On a night of polar opposite teams on the Garden Ice, no one was more polarizing than Artemi Panarin, at once cold-blooded and red-hot and much needed in a wild 6-5 win over the San Jose Sharks. Welcome inside our Delta MSG studios alongside Steve Valiquette. I'm John Giannone. A win is a win is a win is what the Rangers will tell themselves, but when you consider they played the last in the league Sharks, had a 3-goal lead and then had to sweat it at the end, how do you summarize these 60?
You know what? It's so hard to play these games when you're a cup contending team playing against a team that is clearly rebuilding. It's two teams on opposite ends of the spectrum. It's not easy to get up for these games, and I know that people don't want to hear that. These athletes get paid very handsomely to get ready to play a hockey game. But it's human nature just to let your foot off the gas at certain points. The good news and the nice takeaway, though, is the big guys stepped up when they needed that extra push. And that's what you still look for. You have these little things. You have a couple of block shots when you need them. You have a goalie make a save when you need them. You can get those little pieces out of it, and I think that's the takeaway for me on this one.
Yeah, that foot off the gas might have been a significant downshift up 6-3 in the third, but nonetheless, it results in yet another win for the Rangers, and these numbers scream off the page. 18-4-1, the most points, the most wins, the fewest losses in the league. They keep rolling at Madison Square Garden. Overall, they've won 6 out of 7 and 10 out of 12. For Artemi Panarin, his third career hat trick with the Rangers, 5th of his career, and Mika Zibanejad extends his point streak to 7 on a night where 11 Rangers contributed a point, including Keandre Miller, who never would have thought his 6th goal of the night for the Rangers would be the game winner. Here's Miller after the game with Michelle Gingras.
So it felt like tonight they kept battling back. You guys kept responding. What did you think of your team's effort in the second half of back-to-backs?
Yeah, obviously back-to-backs were never easy. Thought we kind of found our game as the game went on. It's kind of a weird back-and-forth game for a little bit, penalties and PKs and all that stuff. But I think once we found our game, we played pretty good, and yeah, it was just a matter of kind of finding our game.
What was the message when that timeout that Peter Laviolette called at the end there, just to kind of get you guys to reset a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's just a hard reset. Maybe the game was slipping away from us a little bit. 2 late goals there, but yeah, I think just doing what we did to get us to that point, just playing simple, playing behind their D and making it tough in their D zone. So I think that's what we did.
Your third goal, it's okay. Your third goal in 5 games. Just for you, what did you see first of all on the ice?
There was some congestion over on the other side of the ice. I just tried to find some open ice. Bred's amazing player, found me coming down the pipe. So just try to get something on net and I could win in.
You mentioned that amazing player, 4 points on the night for Artemi Panarin. His impact this season, but specifically in times when you sometimes need a spark. What has that meant to your team?
He's huge. He's a world-class player. I mean, I don't have to say that. I think you guys all know that. But I think just the things that he's so skilled to do with the puck and how he sees the ice and his vision, and you go on and on. But he's a really good player, and he makes all of his teammates around him really good too.
Superlatives from Keandre Miller about Artemi Panarin, who now has 15 goals, 20 assists, 35 points for the Rangers in 23 games. And what a night he had with a 3-goal evening, 2 in the first, 1 in the third. Let's take you through the night, and we're going to go inside the film room powered by CDW and just examine how he did it.
Yeah, I get the sense that he knows what he wants to do before the play really materializes, and now he's just trying to hide because he knows that everybody's trying to identify him as the guy that's going to be the quarterback. So as the quarterback, watch what Panarin does. He gets low with the puck, and he wants to get to the middle of the ice and then receive it on his forehand so he could walk to the middle, but he can't do it yet. He's got to allow Fox and Zibanejad to play catch up front. And then when he receives the puck here, he walks to the middle on his forehand. He carries the puck a good 30 feet. And what happens next is that we get a big congestion in the slot area. 7 players total are going to be right in the slot area. There's no way for Mackenzie Blackwood to see the puck, and he gets a seeing eye shot. But there's a lot of work that goes into it before the play actually materializes. Trocheck does another great job here of just transporting the puck through the neutral zone. And then notice how they have two tight on the side of the half wall there. For a quick wraparound, you have plenty of support. Panarin stops in front. And this is something that he's bringing into his game right now, where it's really helping everybody understand his positioning and his mindset. And on goal number 3, it's the same look. It's driving the net. You'll hear coaches talk about this to their young players. Not everybody can just get the knack of it. Just get into a hard area and make a stop. Now, 9 of Panarin's 15 goals are from the slot this year, John. And that's a big difference from what we've seen in the past, where he was more of an outside shooter.
Yeah, when you start to see Artemi Panarin crash in the net, you know that the messages are catching on rank and file across the team. So Panarin had 3. The other star of the night for the Rangers was Mika Zibanejad, who had a goal and an assist. He stretches his point streak to 7, as we told you. He has 5 assists and 4 of his 6 goals this season during that 7-game span. And his goal late in the first period to make it 3-2 was an important one for the Rangers.
Yes, and the thing about Mika right now is when he starts getting hot, the net actually gets smaller into the opening of where he's able to hit it. He's aiming in a spot now that it's very difficult for goalies to move on quickly. And again, it starts with the Rangers being able to start connected in their own zone. And on this play, I thought the Rangers did a great job of using the length of the rink with speed and then using the width to open up the attack. And this stretches out the box here of San Jose, which allows them to now have difficulty covering an incoming with great timing Mika Zibanejad. The goaltender is already down, and I think that what we've seen over the last 2 games in Nashville last night and tonight at the Garden, the Rangers are making a lot of plays from below the goal line. A lot of the goalies right now that are down early in what we call the reverse VH, and they're moving from side to side. You think about Trouba's goal last night in Nashville. If the goalie's down, John, they're susceptible on the pass. And they're already down, so that space up top is open. And I think the Rangers are really recognizing, well, when the goalie's down, it's make a pass. Not a wraparound, because that's really just a giveaway. It's a low-calorie shot. But they're making a lot of good plays from low to high.
On a team that has enjoyed an embarrassment of riches so far this season, getting Zibanejad more productive as the season goes on is going to be even a bigger benefit for these Rangers. Let's hear from Mika Zibanejad with Michelle after the game.
Just a back and forth game. It felt like really they battled back until the end. You guys were able to find ways to respond. What did you think of your team's response in the second half of back-to-backs?
Not bad. I don't think it was the ultimate game, but could have probably done a little better job when we went up 6-3, not to let them back in the game and make it that interesting, at the end. But we'll take this win. We'll take these 4 points out of this weekend and move on.
Keandre was saying that when Peter Laviolette kind of called that timeout, it was just a little bit of a hard reset for you guys. Was there any message kind of going on at that moment?
No, I mean, it wasn't I don't think it was much of a panic. It was just more like you said, it's a reset. Just, what was it, 4 minutes left? We're gonna have a few shifts left here, and just play simple. Just don't give them anything. I thought obviously they got some chances at the end, but other than that, pretty good job.
Artemi Panarin gets a hat trick. I mean, he's just had a stellar year so far this season. What has his impact meant, and what do you guys feel when he has moments like this on the bench? How does that kind of reverberate through the rest of the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think even before coming here, we knew playing against him, he's a superstar, and the way he's been able to play for us, I think all the years he's been here, obviously had an unbelievable start to the season, and I think throughout this season has just been, leaves you speechless sometimes, and I couldn't be happier to have him on our team.
Just lastly, just the consistency of Jonathan Quick as well. I believe now he's 7-0-1 on the season so far for him. So to get the win for him tonight and for his support behind you all season so far.
Yeah, I think he's done a great job, and some of the games hasn't been easy for him, and I think he's just been coming up with big saves right at the right time for us, and kind of keeping us in the game and keeping us from getting the game away from us. And I think he's been awesome, and I think both goalies have been really good for us.